People complain that there is a lack of innovation in smartphones today. Manufacturers tend to sell you their product by simply bumping up specifications instead of adding some truly useful features. But over the years, there have been many interesting experiments with smartphones, yet many of them never really caught on. Here is a look at 5 features that have almost disappeared or are on the verge of disappearing. You know what's common between the Xiaomi Mi 5S, the Galaxy S7, the Note 5 and the HTC 10? They're all flagships that don't have an IR blaster, although the previous generation phones did. Any electronic device that is controlled by a typical IR remote, for example televisions, set-top boxes, music systems, air conditioners, etc., could be potentially controlled using a phone with an IR blaster. Infrared blasters on some phones can also read and emulate codes of any IR remote. So after a little effort, you could practically configure any button of any remote on the planet. It was a feature that most flagships had, but today we are seeing it less and less, especially on the high-end spectrum of smartphones. Many mid-range smartphones still have an IR blaster though. Speaking of FM, Nokia fans may remember this feature on many N-series phones, like the Nokia N86. An FM transmitter lets you wirelessly beam audio playing on the phone to any FM receiver. It was simple to use. Just set a frequency and keep the phone close to the receiver or the antenna. This feature was very useful if your car audio system didn't have Bluetooth or an auxiliary port. Fortunately, you can buy third-party accessories like the one shown in this video. There are an endless number of weather apps available for your smartphone, but none that can actually tell you what the temperature around you is. In 2002, the Nokia 5210 had an interesting feature, a thermometer, which could tell you what the ambient temperature was. Thermometers in smartphones again got some attention in 2013 with the Galaxy S4 that showed ambient temperature with the built-in S Health app. But this feature is going through another lull, perhaps never to be seen again. This is a popular feature seen on camera phones from a decade before, such as the Sony Ericsson K800 or the Nokia N82. This trend continued in the past few years with more camera-focused phones like the Lumia 1020. But of late, it appears that Xenon Flash isn't really top priority for phone makers. Maybe it is the blinding strobe of the Xenon Flash. Maybe it consumed too much power. Or maybe phones have just become really good at low-light photography. These are some of the many reasons why we don't see this feature in smartphones today. A heated topic since the launch of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, people tend to forget that it was the Le Eco Le 2 and the Moto Z that dropped support for the standard before the iPhone did this year. There seems to be no stopping this train as new phones like the HTC 10 Evo don't have it either. And there are rumors that the Samsung Galaxy S8 will not also have one. Apple claims that the jack had to be removed to make more space in the phone for other components. Still, the 3.5mm jack removal is a bitter pill to swallow. Earphones that connect to Apple's Lightning port will be rendered useless if you move to Android and vice versa without a series of connectors. It is very probable that the days of this universal audio standard are numbered. So which useful feature do you miss in your smartphone? Do let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and you can subscribe to this channel. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at Gadgets360.